So Jacob Blake had a knife in the floorboard of his car. This, according to the Wisconsin Department of Justice, which means that when Jacob Blake resisted arrest and opened his car door and reached into his car and police thought he was reaching for a weapon and shot him in self-defense, Blake actually was reaching for a weapon, the knife he had stashed in the floorboard of his car. And yet, how does the mainstream media describe this bombshell revelation? Well, the media acknowledges that Jacob Blake had a knife in the floorboard of his car, but the mainstream media says Blake was, quote, otherwise unarmed. Otherwise unarmed. According to the FBI, there are 5 times as many homicides every year committed with a knife compared to homicides committed with a rifle. But other than a weapon used in 1,515 homicides every year, Blake was otherwise unarmed. And since the mainstream media refuses to report the facts of the Jacob Blake shooting to you, we will. Here's what you need to know about the police-involved shooting of Jacob Blake. According to audio from a police scanner obtained by Madison 365, police received an emergency 911 call and were informed that Blake was involved in a domestic incident at a home where he wasn't supposed to be. The woman who called 911 told the dispatcher that Blake was at her home and he had taken her keys and refused to give them back. About 30 seconds later, police were also told there was an outstanding warrant for Blake's arrest. Take a listen.
Complainant says Jacob Blake isn't supposed to be there, and he took the complainant's keys and is refusing to give them back.
60. 707.
Headquarters 618-707, just for 43. We have an alert at this address for 99 for that subject.
When police arrived, Jacob Blake resisted arrest. He refused to cooperate with police officers. He refused to surrender peacefully. So police used less than deadly force to try to apprehend him. They used a taser. When the taser failed to work, we can see on video that Jacob Blake began to brawl with police. Take a look.
Get my son! Get my son! Get my son! Come here, TJ! TJ! You are bogus! This bitch is bogus! Mom, get back! Mom! 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 You have to get back!
After Jacob Blake brawled with police officers, the police drew their guns on him. But still, Blake refused to cooperate. Instead, he resisted arrest again, walked around his car, opened his car door, and reached inside in a way inconsistent with somebody climbing into the driver's seat to drive away. At that point, a police officer grabbed his shirt to try to stop him and then shot him. And now we know that Jacob Blake had a knife stashed in the floorboard of that car. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to deduce that he was reaching for it. Therefore, if Blake was reaching for a weapon after resisting arrest, after brawling with police, what would the Black Lives Matter rioters who are destroying the city of Kenosha in the name of Jacob Blake, what would they have police do in this situation? Wait until Blake attacked them with a deadly weapon? Yesterday, actually, I asked a Democrat what police should have done differently given the outstanding arrest warrant for Blake, the fact that he resisted arrest, his aggressive behavior, the fact that he was reaching for a weapon in the car. And her answer was the police should have fired just 2 shots instead of 7. And for that, the Black Lives Matter rioters and thugs are burning down the city of Kenosha. Since the mainstream media won't report the facts of this case to you, we will, because the facts are important.